Hello, this is Blake Rat.
This is Rantus.
Welcome to Robots in the News. We're doing commentary on Legendary. This is episode 2, which is coincidentally also the second hour of the game.
So here we are as the golem just smashed the road down and Blakey just fell into the sewers.
Yeah, so to give a brief review of the last episode, your character is the greatest monster in history and has killed millions of people. That's the pertinent details, but to get into more specifics, you did it by opening the Pandora's box, which released tons of monsters into the world. We've seen quite a few of the monsters. One of the monsters that we released was the golem made out of electromagnetic beams, and our assignment now is we're working with the good guy organization, the Council of 98, and we're trying to destroy the golem. But on our way to destroy the golem, we got knocked into the sewer, and so we got teased with this brilliant level on the surface streets, but now we have to crawl through a sewer for another like half hour before we get there.
Which is basically what you did for 2/3 of the last level anyway.
Yeah, sewers are really easy for map makers to make. Oh, look at that. It's a stalker poltergeist? No, but it was obviously inspired by one. So these creatures are fairies. Maybe a little spoiler warning there. Yeah, there's fairies in this game, and the fairies are poltergeists, and they have telekinetic powers.
Wow. So I gotta say though, the thing I think the reason that a lot of map designers like doing these sewer levels is it's a lot more obvious where you're supposed to go because the level has to be more linear. Plus, they don't have to worry about, you know, putting in invisible walls or things that make the environment look larger than it is.
Yes. Okay, so is that what Knuckles from the Sonic series is? Echidna?
Echidna, yeah, yes, he is. I think
a hedgehog.
They got that mixed up. So there is, God, like sea urchins are in a family that has a very similar name. I want to say.
Is he a sea urchin?
No.
Anyway.
No, an echidna is like it's a relative of the hedgehog, but there is a family of sea creatures like sea urchins that has a similar genus name, but it's not echidna. It's something that's similar.
Well, in this game, it's tentacles that come out of the sewer.
Tentacles. Yeah.
So I just noticed in the future they're still using Blackhawks, so that makes them like what 70 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have updates on all of our characters here. LeFay is the bad guy, and he works for an organization called the Black Order. The Council of 98, they're the good guys, and they're also an evil conspiracy, but they're an evil good conspiracy. And Lexington Whitebeard is our Native American Council of 8 leader.
So this sounds really like stereotypical. Is he gonna take you on some kind of spirit quest later on in the game where
Prey?
Yeah, basically.
No. Actually, he's the only way. It's actually kind of nice because the only way you know he's a Native American is because of his name and his facial features. So I think they actually did a very good job of not doing any nasty stereotypes or anything annoying.
Okay, well, there you go. That's good.
I'll be honest there, and at least he can like walk like a normal human being, unlike Vivian, who does that weird shuffle running thing.
Well, not only that. Okay, so here's my verbal explanation of what Vivian looks like when she runs. She does that like little kid type run where the kid has their hands up in the air over their shoulders, and when they're running, they kind of like kick their feet to the side, so they kind of look like a little bit of a like Harley Quinn type, really goofy run.
Okay.
I don't know if that made sense to anybody, but
no idea, but it was a nice description. I got a visual in my head.
Okay.
It's the one you intended.
Yeah.
Anyway, another thing about all games everywhere. I was gonna say bad games. To be honest, it's all games. Is that you always get introduced with
there's a tentacle thing grabbing people.
Yeah, like you get a chance to write in a situation like that. Like, oh, there's tentacles killing everyone. I'm going to get my phone out. Anyway, shocking. Guitar lick too. Tasteful guitar lick as I got shocked. Shoot, what was I saying? Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost it. I distracted myself with the guitar lick. Oh no, here's what it was. You always get introduced with like, okay, you're part of a squad. So we had like 10 guys coming to the sewer, right? And they were helping me out.
Oh, you can actually see the fairies now.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Ooh, they're horrible. Ooh.
You can see the guys coming out, blah, blah, blah.
It's actually a pretty good cutscene too. I kind of enjoyed that. Car crushing. But you always end up on alone. Like, there's always some mechanism that's like, oh, you somehow got separated from them. And of course, the real reason is because they couldn't do the AI right, so those guys would constantly get in your way, or they wouldn't know what to do, and stuff like that. But they always make some excuse for you to not be with your group. And I think we commented on this on EDF, didn't we?
Yeah, where it seems like you're the only people who are employed by EDF.
Yeah, we're like, you're in a dropship that's big enough for like 20 guys, and there's only 2 guys in it. And you're like, well, wait a minute, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
So these fairies, let's talk about them for a second. You can't shoot them unless they're solid. So when they're ghost form like that, you can't shoot them. It takes me way too long to figure out that my little pulse skill that we saw in the last episode can make them turn solid. It takes me way too long to figure that out.
Also, so I don't know if you did this because I wasn't actually paying 100% attention, but did you trade your assault rifle for the shotgun or the pistol?
I would have, knowing how I play games, I would have traded my pistol, but I can't tell you what I actually did in this playthrough because I wasn't looking that closely either. But I can almost
no, I think you did your shotgun.
Yeah, maybe I did.
Or your
I don't know.
Your SMG, whatever it is.
In each level of this game, there's only about 2 weapons that you can actually get ammo for, so you're gonna have to pick and choose. Anyway,
Yes.
these are like a pain in the butt to kill. There's some parts later on where you have to.
Yeah, see.
What does TV Tropes call it? Like the little frogs, mechanical frogs or whatever. Like every video game has to have the one enemy that moves really fast, has no hit points, but they just move really fast and are hard to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's these, and there's hundreds of them. Almost as many as there are griffins.
So you notice what weapon you're using, right? Rather than the assault rifle.
Pistol, I get it.
Yeah.
But fix that right here. As soon as I figure out how the weapon switching system works. There, see?
Yep.
There.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
For complaining.
I was.
Yeah. Man, I wish there was a digital touchpad on this door.
You mean one that you could hotwire?
Yeah, that crank took forever. Serves the same purpose, though. Delays me. Fairies, there's so many of them. And until I figure out the trick about how to make them appear solid, they're so annoying to kill because they don't appear. Like, you can't shoot them for the longest time.
Yeah, they just kind of go in between being corporeal and incorporeal, like at random.
Pretty much. It's not even random. It's like a minimum of 45 seconds in between them becoming solid. It's just irritated. So, oh man, I wish I was much to say about the sewer levels. Sewer levels.
Sewer levels. More sewer levels. I do like the fact that in games, there's always like some kind of like visible odorous substance coming up from the water at all times, though, like as if you're just in a toxic waste dump and the Marauder 1010.
Yes, and I was just playing Fallout earlier today, so I keep thinking, is that radioactive? But no, this game doesn't have radioactivity in it.
No.
Called Nari from Eastern Europe, and they're the souls of dead children, and they're very annoying.
That's why they're creepy and have like shark teeth.
The things coming out of their side are like hummingbird wings. That's why it looks like they don't have any arms, but instead of arms they have hummingbird wings, and they're moving so fast you can't see them. That kind of slightly makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose I could buy that. I mean, if you are gonna have wings, you're probably not gonna have. Wow.
I was about to say, oh look, a member of our squad, and then he instantly dies. Of course.
In a very gruesome death.
Yeah.
Also, that fan, I don't think it's moving fast enough to dice somebody quite that badly. But
yeah, I don't get the purpose of that fan, honestly.
It's there just so we could see somebody get diced up into bits.
And that's how I ran across it, thinking that it was gonna pull me in. It doesn't. It's just a cutscene thing.
Okay.
I just figured it was like one of the, you've played games before where if there's a fan, you have to run past it quickly, otherwise it'll yank you towards itself.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. The guitar, like.
There's like 2 actual songs on the soundtrack, and the rest of it is just kind of weird little incidental noises like that.
Yeah. See the soundtrack when you first started, like when you're coming out of the museum at the very beginning, it's okay. I mean, it's kind of like.
Yeah. And then it just turns into like these random like a couple notes of guitar.
Oh look, a chain.
Oh, I gotta figure out this puzzle. Oh wait, it's glowing bright green. But I still haven't figured it out because you can't shoot through this, even though my gun could easily fit through those bars. You can't shoot through those bars, so I had to figure out how to get the bars open first. Which the solution is always waiting in sewage. No, it's actually you shoot the 2x4s or whatever the hell it is holding this fan. And this doesn't make any sense on so many levels.
No. Wait.
The fan's not even wired into anything. It's just sitting there.
Wow. Yeah, good game design. It's
Motor,
like
I left it propped up.
yeah, it's like an excuse to do random stuff.
Why would someone remove the motor from the fan, though?
I don't know.
Is it like maybe in the far future, like how like people steal copper nowadays because copper's getting more valuable?
Yeah.
Maybe electric motors that run giant fans are really valuable in the futuristic year of whatever year this is.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd watched Tom Hanks's Electric City, you would know that that electrical parts in the future after the apocalypse are going to be extremely valuable.
Seriously? I didn't watch that at all.
Oh, you should. It's not bad.
We're getting paid by Tom Hanks.
We were.
I met with him personally, and he said, "Hey, could you film our series?" Oh, look, one of our teammates just simply died. How awesome is that? Oh, this is actually pretty cool because guess what that is that just crashed through the ceiling?
The Golem's foot.
You always get the first. Why do you always guess it the first try?
Because I'm a genius, obviously.
I figured that out right away. God. We're gonna do a great little sequence here where I'm going to end up dying instantly for absolutely no reason. Sorry about the menu there. That was probably me having to use the restroom or something. I'm going to die instantly for absolutely no reason about 3 times. And it'll take me a long while to figure out that what I'm actually dying from is the golem steps on me. But much like other points in this game, there's nothing on screen to indicate like when you should dodge the golem's footsteps, where he's going to step next.
So, okay, so when Blakey was playing this game, and I don't know, it was a while ago at this point, but we've been saving it up so we could just, talk over it. He kept complaining while he was playing a specific level, and I had no idea what part it is, but I'm beginning to think it's this part where you had to be...
It's even worse.
You had to be telepathic to figure out what was going on in the game, like when you're supposed to dodge, because otherwise you just cheaply get one-hit killed all the time. Also, is that
later on?
Is that supposed to be a oh god, Doctor Who thing? Help me out.
It's supposed to be. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. No, it's supposed to be an EMP device. Here's the dumb thing. Guess how I charge this up? Animus energy.
Right.
Any sense?
Yeah.
And then I run out. So it's like, well, how do? Oh, that's how you get more. You get werewolf attacks.
Oh, apparently.
Yeah, look, I actually have teammates, and they're actually helping.
Amazing.
It just occurred to me, maybe the reason werewolves instantly die instead of having to get their heads chopped off is when NPCs are shooting at them, because NPCs can't do the head chop off thing. Like, they don't have AI for it.
Possibly. Although you are, like, I can see you're kind of getting, like, headshots at the end there.
It's hard to tell, really.
Well, that time you didn't, but see, you actually didn't.
And I actually try to accent what I'm getting attacked while I do it. And then I think the axes take out these guys in 2 hits, too, like the fire rakes.
Yeah.
I quickly formed the opinion that I really should be using an axe the entire game. I just don't because I'm dumb. I like guns, but it's like... Axe is way overpowered.
Also, I like how it's called Feed Animus.
Yeah, and I'm like one notch from it being done. I actually usually use the shotguns with these guys, even though... Sorry, I'm watching the ragdoll there. That was crazy. Anyway, I use the shotgun even though it's not very good against those guys, or whatever. I have my own particular mental image of how weapons should work, and I think when you're fighting werewolves, it should be shotguns. Don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't use weapons based on how effective they are.
They should just be... What the hell is up with the EMP? That is not what an EMP looks like.
Come on. here's another where the hell am I supposed to go moment here. And I think
That's
Yep.
you getting, yeah. Actually, you know what? That time he didn't really step on you. He just kind of kicked you in the
he
face.
blocked me, yeah. You're I hate to say this, but you're going to see that little load last checkpoint screen more than a couple times during the course of this playthrough.
So I don't think we commented on this legitimately, but look at how. Well, I commented on when he dies again, but the tail on the Griffin on that loading screen, it's jaggy. Like the joints on the tail are not very smooth.
Yeah, I think what they did is they actually just rendered their Griffin animation against a black screen and just masked it out.
Probably, yeah.
You don't have really smooth moving tails. The icon doesn't either. Okay, see, now it gives me the hint of where I'm supposed to go. It's like, oh, okay, so these bad guys come out of this building, so that's where I'm supposed to go. And then somehow magically ends up on top of that trailer somehow.
Yeah, well, they obviously had time to parkour their way around the level.
He's using his force jump.
That's kind of, see, that's where you're trying to blow his head off because he's a werewolf.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I don't know why I'm sitting here.
That was like rage killing.
I'm
Whoa!
Again here.
What?
No, I missed out on that one. But see what I mean about how there's no way to tell? Oh, there it is. There's no way to tell where that freaking golem's gonna move. It's like, I don't know, there's like nothing on the HUD or anything to say, hey, like, shouldn't the ground like glow red or something where he's about to step? I don't know what should happen.
I think you should actually be paying attention to where his feet are. That's probably what they want you to do.
Pay attention to getting firefights and have
Also,
worms.
is it me or was there no load screen that time?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh.
You didn't see the load screen?
Oh, apparently I was blacking out.
It's not that bad again. Yeah. Oh, look at that. PVC.
Is that like what?
Like JVC, except for PVC.
Ah, yes, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
Anyway, yeah, we're supposed to go to the Armed Forces Recruiting Center, which for some reason is covered in Black Order bad guys.
Yeah. Whoa.
And are they part of the army? Yeah, see there.
See,
He died there. That was all luck.
you can see his foot coming out of the corner of your screen, though. I could tell.
Well, you're better at games than
No,
I
no,
am.
no. I mean, I could tell that you could tell.
Well, I guess if you can read my mind, I can't argue with that.
I can retroactively read people's minds just by watching them play video games. Oh,
Some jerkiness there. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
So our video is really smooth. Anyway,
Always.
so there's like a bullseye. What
Like-
is that supposed to mean?
Also, why can't you pick that weapon up that was on the wall?
I don't know why I keep going back and forth in that army training center.
Also, you have like no health.
First. Yeah, and no animus to restore my health.
That's because you had to use all of its power of stupid EMP that didn't do shit.
There's 3 MPs, right? That's the thing. There's 3 of them.
Oh, of course.
What kind of game objective has you just do 1?
Uh,
See, it says 1 powered up, 2 to go. For some reason, these objectives appear in the PDA. They're utterly useless. It's like, well, thanks. That doesn't tell me where to go or what to do. It's just like, you need to power up 2 AMPs. It's like, oh. Well, now I know. Anyway.
so does this game not have any kind of like melee feature? Just like punching
That's
people?
axe. That's
Well,
it.
yeah, but I mean without switching weapons.
Well, here, I'm going to say no, but I didn't pay that close attention, so I'm going to actually accurately say maybe.
Mm.
Not that I found. How's that?
Okay, that's fair.
Like aims down the scope.
It's not-
Left
it's not-
click flares.
Yeah. It's not like this game gives you any kind of actual tutorial when you start. I mean,
Not, it gives you a brief tutorial on the animus, and then it tells you how to use your 1 animus power, which
Well,
is
it
the
doesn't-
only animus power you ever get.
I think it's dead. No?
I
Not
don't
dead?
think it is.
What the? Like,
It's hard to figure these guys out. There, it's dead.
that took 3 clips, or
Yeah,
like 2 and some change.
That had to have been a bug, right? That didn't make any sense.
I don't know, weird.
It's like he was dead, but the death animation didn't happen right away.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're gonna get sucked up into the fans.
No, but wouldn't it be hilarious if they established on one level that the fans don't do that, and then the very next level the fans do?
Well, of course, that's good, consistent game design, right?
Yeah. At least I'm getting animus from killing these guys so I can restore my health, although they're also, killing me.
Hmm. They did pretty good job with the shadows in the game, though. I guess the Unreal Engine is.
Here's the thing: is they're not doing that. The Unreal 3 engine's doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
What they did a good job of is they picked a good engine, and they didn't screw it up.
Well, okay, that's fair enough.
Graphically, I don't have many complaints about this game graphically. I do have a kind of complaint about the lack of variety. Like, there's not enough enemies and there's not enough weapons. But graphically, I think the game looks okay. And again, a lot of that is due to the engine they picked. But still, all my complaints are like the kind of boneheaded design decisions and the kind of really stupid plot and the way it looks like they had a lot of. I want to say they ran out of budget, but I don't know. Maybe that's unfair. Maybe this is all exactly what the game design called for. Oh god, this is the entertaining part. Okay, so we're in a subway, and we have to find EMP parts. This takes me forever, by the way. Fair warning.
You have to find the parts for the machine. It's not assembled.
The ferries got
Also,
a hold of EMPs.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. What is that?
One of the Council of 98 weapons. They're actually pretty good.
Oh, so this is an actual rifle versus just a submachine gun.
Decent zoom.
Okay.
Like a 3x or something. Anyway, so the ferry's got a hold of one of the EMPs and disassembled it, so we have to find the various parts and reassemble it. It's ridiculous.
So are the parts that you need the ones that are flying around, the levitating ones?
No, but
like that one to the right?
Well, maybe. Actually, I don't know. If they were, I didn't notice. Which might be a frequently heard phrase in this Let's Play, but
see the thing that just.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The objects they pick to hover around, I'm not sure if those are just random things they pick up.
That totally. Right. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Honestly, while I was playing this, I don't think I noticed that. I literally don't think I noticed that. So what you're probably supposed to do is you're probably supposed to find the ferries and then follow them, and then that's how you find where the parts are. But since I didn't figure that out, I just wandered around aimlessly. So, yeah. And then once you kill the ferry, you can pick up the part. See, that's how I figured out how this level's supposed to work. But I'm just gonna, whoops, ouch. They claw at the back of your skull. I'm just gonna pick up the part and take it back to them, and I think I don't even bother killing the ferries because it's like, well, there's a bunch of armed guys in the middle of the map, so if they follow me, the armed guys will kill them.
Yeah.
And then number two, see, I finally get how this level's supposed to work, but while I was playing it, I didn't get that at all.
Man, it's kind of creepy that these are like dead children's souls.
Yeah, and again, think about the logic here. So the Pandora's box, right? It's been closed for like thousands of years.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, like everything in history was just like monsters. Like if you were in the Roman Empire, would you have fairies made of dead baby souls flying around, and that would just be normal for you until the box was invented?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't get how that works.
Yeah. Also, are the walls actually being destroyed? Like you can shoot the walls and they blow up, or is that just scripted stuff?
I don't know. Not sure.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure that there's trains that come down this track. No, maybe not.
The subways are still running. Nobody's actually left the city.
Power goes out. The power never goes out. So
well, not only that, but don't subway trains need? I mean, the driver obviously doesn't do a ton. They just mostly oversee the train to make sure it's operating correctly. But like, the trains don't run completely driverless.
They all have deadmans. Oh, now here's a clever puzzle. So what happened is the ferry blocked the door with a vending machine, right? So now I have to figure out how to unblock the door. Watch me solve this puzzle. Per usual, it takes me way longer than it should. And it's really stupid.
Wait.
And it doesn't have anything to do with the ferry. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That is actually kind of funny. Do the cans actually hit you, like, and do damage?
I think I get hit by one. I can't remember. Oh, and that HUD there that says I found 2 of 3 EMP parts, that's not, like, triggered by anything. It's just
like timed.
Every few seconds it shows me that. Oh man, I'm never gonna figure out this puzzle. I feel stupid now because I know it. Okay. Now I got it. So I have to blow up the vending machines because that makes sense. Fairy gets bored of having no vending machines to play with, she'll move the one in front of the door, see? But what I don't get is how the fairies can't play with the vending machines that aren't like if they're blown up with my gun, why can't the fairies still play with them?
It doesn't make any sense.
The third part that...
Oh wait, there's a train, look.
Yeah, there are trains that go down there, okay, I wasn't crazy. Yeah, so you have to be really careful when you do this.
The trains are actually being driven by the fairies.
They need to get around too, right? They need transportation, so they didn't kill the train drivers.
Yeah.
Hey, we're fairies, right? But we still need to get places. And then here's my momentary confusion as to where to go now that we've completed the quest.
Well, it tells you to go up. Like, oh wait, no, maybe you need to turn around and read the subway map. That'll help you out.
You shouldn't like narrate my playing because it's pretty lame.
No, I should. What did he say?
Something the something.
What? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I have to defend him while he builds the EMP, and then when he's done building it, I have to load it up with Animus energy.
I was unaware that EMPs could explode and do physical damage.
Understand how this energy that no one knew existed like 8 hours ago, how they've already built devices that run on it. And am I the only one in the world who can collect it? Because it seems like that's not a very practical device.
No.
They just shove a battery in there.
Well, see, this is what they really need to do then, is they just need to leave Pandora's box open and figure out how to get all the monsters into like a pit where they just keep respawning themselves, and then free energy for the world, right? You just gotta harvest the Animus energy they drop.
You're totally giving spoilers for the end of the game.
What?
No, it's not like that exactly, but it's really similar.
Oh my god. That's hilarious, because I said it as a joke.
I will give one spoiler, that the Pandora's box never gets closed in the course of this game.
Awesome.
Yes. So,
You're a great hero. You don't even do what you set out to do.
well, I didn't set out to do. So I was supposed to steal the box from the Black Order, but I didn't give it to them, right?
Well, not intentionally.
Then I was supposed to work with the Council of 98 to seal up the box, and I don't do that either. So you're really just a giant failure in this game.
Yeah, your track record kind of sucks.
And then the fact that during the course of not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing, I end up killing like a third of the population of the planet. We can't forget that. Like half of New York City is dead right now.
Well, that's all part of the plan too, right? Reduce the energy needs of the population by killing half of them.
Well, and the funny thing is that the bad guy's plan, the Council, or I mean not the Council, the Black Order's plan, it really makes no sense when you consider how deadly the things that come out of Pandora's box are.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Just a little exciting teaser for everybody watching.
So, yes, exactly. It's exciting to me. Oh, I have to apologize for scenes like this. This is taking forever. Okay, I finally filled this up and hit a checkpoint, so we don't have to do this anymore. As soon as all these creatures are dead, they won't respawn anymore.
Okay, so naturally setting up an EMP underground, which is surrounded by concrete walls, is the most efficient way of taking down the...
they were suspended from helicopters, and they all got shot down. Like the helicopter got shot down.
Yeah, so naturally you gotta leave them underground.
Oh, the werewolves figured out how to kill those guys. You have to take their heads off.
No, just like the werewolves. Amazing.
They instinctually know about head off taking. And at this point in this game, I'm still getting out the axe, which makes me think I'm kind of stupid, especially when you see how hard it is to hit the neck with the axe. There. It took me like 47 tries. Yeah, I was saying in the last episode that I eventually do figure out that it's quicker to just shoot the heads than to use the axe in the first place, but I still haven't figured that out at this point, which is just kind of sad.
You kind of unintentionally... What is that sound?
It's the guy getting killed by the werewolves. Werewolves go in and kill all my buddies. I think.
Oh, that time you just blow his head off.
That was a much easier way of blowing his head off.
Point and click.
Point and shoot. Simple basic weapon. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
I want to say it's Fifth Element, where he hands him the weapon that has all the crazy options, like he can shoot rockets and the bullets have heat-seeking. Anyway,
That's the second time that weapon or that scene in Fifth Element has come up in a Robots in the News episode.
I spend my entire life thinking about that episode of or that movie.
Yeah, as do I, and how I can work it into.
Yeah,
art.
I'm hoping we see a painting because then I could refer to the scene in the Fifth Element where the guy wearing a painting on his head and it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, the hallway painting.
Chance, I should have said that when the fast food receipt was on the wall.
Oh damn.
And yeah, anyway,
It's too late now.
more thrilling, compelling sewage play.
Yeah, but so here's what I'm talking about. Look at like just the like stuff coming off the top of the water.
Yeah.
It's like it's still hot steaming sewage, right? I
Yeah.
don't.
Well, it's like a cartoon. You have to draw little lines to represent the odor. They're odor lines, except for that's what odor lines look like in video games.
So they're clouds of poop
Yeah.
smell.
The poop smell. Uh-oh. What happened there?
Did the fairy just yank that off the wall, or did your super strength kicked in, or what the hell happened?
Very telekinetic powers. So now I have to figure out how to get my handle back.
Gotta shoot him in the face. Their evil demon baby face.
And again, I think this takes me a while, so again, I apologize in advance for me being really stupid on this one. But I have to go inside this chamber in here, and there's this really stupid... It takes me a while to figure out I have to go in that chamber, first of all.
Also, I don't know if you've realized that the pulse thing makes them.
I haven't yet. At this
Solid.
point, I still have no idea. And I still haven't realized I need to go in that chamber at the bottom. I think that if I step foot in the water, it's going to tentacle me, but it doesn't anymore. The tentacles are gone.
So the fairies make the tentacles go away, obviously.
Yeah, but you actually see later on that the creatures prey on each other. So maybe it makes sense, I guess. I don't know.
So the fairies are on the top of the food chain, then, is what you're saying.
They can go and freaking invisible. Oh, look, there's my handle. So I figure out my valve, but uh-oh, what happens? It's a trap.
Oh no, it's dark.
Trap. What's going to happen?
It's so dark.
And I failed this the first try, and maybe the second. But the first time I fail it because I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. So it's like one of those puzzles. It's like one of the old Sierra puzzles where you die because you have no idea like what you're supposed to do, and there's no way to like get away with that without dying. Anyway, it also takes freaking forever. Okay, now I figured what's gonna happen. Okay. So what happens here is the door opens and there's a fan blade that's being controlled by the fairies, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those fan blades that's propped up by 2x4s because that makes sense.
I think those are actually like concrete or steel, like cross beams.
With a gun, and they're blowing up. So
Yeah, well, it doesn't make sense regardless.
yeah. But what happens is since I don't know what's going to happen, I don't know how to tell which fan thing's going to open. I happen to be standing right next to the one that opened, and it's pretty much impossible to win if you're doing that. So the correct solution to the puzzle is you follow the light beam with your eye, and when he slips under one of those doors, that's the door that's going to open up and have the fan. And now that I figured that out, and it looks like I figured that out under just the second gameplay, which is not too bad for me considering how bad I am. Then you can start busting those things before the fan spins up, and you have plenty of time. Now I think there's a second one if I'm not mistaken. I think you have to do it 2 or 3 times. But once you know what they do, it's not hard anymore. Oh no, I guess you only have to do it once and then the door opens.
It's so dark in there. It's hard to see out though. It's interesting.
It's whenever you fraps a video, it seems to make the darkness. I mean, it makes it more dark than it was on screen. Because on screen it wasn't quite this dark.
Oh well, I think you tend to turn your in-game gamma settings up to ridiculous levels anyway. I don't know.
See if you can figure out where that shaft needs to go on the wall.
Well, where it was supposed to go, right there, to the right of the door, or left of the door.
Oh, there. You have to just have your mouse magically in the right position.
Yeah, it's kind of particular, it seems.
I know vaguely where it's supposed to go, but there's not like a big metal icon or something, or like a big plate of metal or something to indicate where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, so oh nice, the thing's back, of course. By the way, have you ever had it happen where you get sucked into one of those and you actually die? Like, what happens then?
I don't think that ever happened. I think it's like a cat scare, like in a horror movie, and the cat screeches in the window. I think it's just this version of that. They don't even do that much damage. It's just it comes at you and snipes and grabs at you, and then you're scared or whatever. I don't know.
They're scared.
Oh, did you see what just happened there with the ladder?
Yeah, it conveniently made a walkway for you to.
I am, because I did not see it, and I'm gonna have to walk around here like an idiot for a while. Again, I would be a good one to test your gameplay designs on, because there's stuff like that you're like, the players can't possibly miss this. I am the player that can miss it.
Well, this just boils down to you need to have really obvious, like, this is where you need to go.
Well, and the funny thing is it's kind of a balance, because I also really hate games that grab your camera and force you to look at something. So it's kind of like, on the one hand, I hate games that force you to look at something, but on the other hand, if they don't force you to look at something, I'm always looking the wrong way. So I don't know what the solution to this problem is, but I think the best solution is, like I said, just use normal plain Jane cutscenes where you actually make the camera go third person, and the video rendering's different because it's pre-rendered and not in-engine, and that way everyone tells what's happening, you know?
Well, the other...
I think everyone else probably likes in-game cutscenes, but...
I don't know. The other thing that I've seen games do, so like EDF does it, or did it, and Gears does it, and there's some other games that do it now. I think Bulletstorm did it. But when there's something important to pay attention to, there'll be a little tooltip on the screen, like hold down the Y button or like right thumbstick to look at whatever's important. So it doesn't lock your camera in, but it focuses your camera on whatever's important so you can see what it is, and then you can let go of the button to, you know, get control back.
Yes, that would have helped. And that was EDF Insect Armageddon, but the original EDF did that really annoying thing where it just hijacked your camera, but your movement control still worked, so you couldn't figure out where the hell you were moving. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
17? That was
awful. Well, and then
Oh,
on the flip side, you could have Magicka, which is horrible in every way because not only does it pull the camera away from you, but it doesn't actually pause the game. So like all the monsters and stuff are still going about doing whatever they're doing. Meanwhile, you can't see what your character is doing or any. It's just.
Yeah. Okay. So here's another thing in the game I didn't figure out, but now in retrospect, it's exactly like the subway that was in the last EMP. These little fairy creatures, which infinitely respawns, it's kind of pointless to keep killing them like I'm doing. But anyway, these little fairy creatures have hijacked the EMP device, and they're playing around with it. And there's about 4 levels to this building, and what you have to do is follow it, and the fairies will take it from level to level, and you have to follow it around. And Nari energy signature similar to no-powered EMP may be significant. Anyway, you have to follow it around, and when the fairies let go of it, you can charge it up with your supercharging power. But I haven't figured that out, so you're going to see me going from the top floor to the bottom floor. Oh, there it is. So I chase it.
I still think that thing looks a little bit like a Dalek.
Dalek, isn't it?
Dalek?
Or Dalek? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
I think they said Dalek in the game with an R, even though it's spelled Dalek. Anyway, yes, it does look slightly like one, except for you can tell it's not one because it's not saying exterminate.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's not one. And yes, I still haven't figured out that hitting the double tapping the power button will make these guys turn solid. I don't figure that out for way too long. Oh, did you see that there was an instant death moment there where the metal golem just punched into the building, and if I had happened to be standing there, I would have instantly died with no warning?
I kind of vaguely noticed some action on the right side of the screen, but I would not have known.
I just lucked out and not watched. This game has a lot of instant death traps like that. A lot. And I lucked out and just didn't hit a bunch of them, but, I mean, there's no real reason I didn't hit it, except for I was just lucky. I haven't figured out what the score is with this. I mean, what the deal is with this part of the level. It's going to take me a while. And again, I apologize. It's a lot easier now that, in retrospect, that I actually know what I'm supposed to be doing than it was while I was playing it, and I have no idea.
Yeah, but it's all part of the fun of watching somebody do it on their first playthrough rather than subsequent, right? Is they don't know exactly what they're doing, so it's a better example of what the true gameplay experience is rather than, you know, going through the first time, or the second time.
There's another fist ramming into the building. Yeah, and this is all, like, this is not stuff I replayed. I only replayed through, like, that first cutscene where you first see the... I don't remember. I was talking about how I replayed some of the beginning of the game, and you're like, it's really pathetic you don't know the controls. But I didn't get this far.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
There it is. Hell, I found it.
Wait, so when did they set this down exactly? That's what I want to know.
About a third of the way. And then they take it
okay.
from you. Do the whole thing over again.
Okay.
Oh, and also, I think, yeah, they're clawing at my back, too. Okay, so now I'm slowly working out, okay, so they must have dropped it on some other floor, so let's go up and find it. I don't think I ever figure out that the fairies keep respawning while I'm playing this, because I still keep trying to kill them, and it's really pointless to kill them, because it's like, oh, you can't kill them. I mean, they just keep coming back, so you can kill like 1,000,000 of them. I don't know why I checked the menu, I'm sorry.
Oh, you had a message.
Trying to hit the run key. No, pretty much every time I try to hit the run key, I accidentally hit the menu the first time.
Isn't it shift or something? Is that
one's shift and one's control, and I can't remember which is which.
Oh.
I mean, while I was playing, I couldn't remember. In fact, I can't remember which is which now either. Oh, damn it! So I almost had that one, but then they moved it. Ah, so now I have to follow it. Okay, now it's over there.
These fairies are quite annoying.
They're the worst.
Oh, and you didn't quite have enough fill up.
Which means I'm going to have to find some more Animus energy, which is right there, but the fairies are in my way.
Little demon babies.
Demon fairy Nari things. Is Nari... Oh, we should look that up. Is Nari a real thing?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, if you go to Wikipedia, did they make up, like fire drakes, I'm pretty sure they made up. Right?
No. Well, fire drake usually refers to a dragon of some kind, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, the gimmick that they were saying, oh, this must have inspired the Legend of Dragons. Because they breathe fire. But it's like... The actual fire drake itself, I don't think if you, like, got a book of Celtic mythology, it would have fire drakes in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so... For...
There. Charged. Stand by for fireworks. Here we go.
Of course, so the EMPs form a actual triangulation over his head somehow.
Did that say particle GIF, new formula?
Yep.
Anyway.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Yes. So then he falls apart. You know, something just occurred to me.
What?
Remember before we were talking about how these monsters are supposedly, like, they just existed in ancient history and then they invented the Pandora's box to contain them?
Yeah.
How could you have an EMP-powered golem when there was no metal?
Yeah, well, it was holding together buildings and stuff, too.
Plot point. I just remembered a plot point. Sorry to interrupt. I remembered a plot point.
What's that?
The golem had the frickin' thing in the middle of it somewhere because the golem was made from the History Museum.
Oh, it has Pandora's box in the middle of it.
See, that's why we had to kill it, because it had Pandora's box in its gut. Like, one of the metal structures inside the golem was Pandora's box.
Oh, I thought we were just being good people and
And then I dropped into a fire.
saving the city from destruction.
Yeah, suicidally jumping into fires. No, that's what I completely forgot that plot point until just now. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
So there was actually a reason we were blowing up. Well, I mean, it's not like a good citizen thing because it doesn't matter, because as long as Pandora's box is open, you'll just get another one, right?
Yeah.
So all these monsters are like, in reality, they're like, the Pandora's box contained like 100 million griffins, and that's not an exaggeration. Later on, you'll see so many griffins, you're like, what the F? Griffins in this game are like, if you play Serious Sam, it's like those skeleton guys in Serious Sam. The game makers loved them so much, they put them everywhere.
So, okay, just for some background, I guess. So, the real world definition or translation, whatever you want to call it, of Neri is actually Nav. Like Navi, I guess, maybe, I don't know. It's
A character from Zelda.
yeah, well, that would make sense, right? It's a fairy in Zelda, too.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it says, Na in Polish and Nav in other Slavic languages are ghosts or the souls of persons that have met tragic end or premature death, particularly unchristened babies.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah.
I'll give them that one.
Yeah, we'll give them credit.
That's close enough. They looked up a Wikipedia page.
God, they kind of did, and then spelled it wrong.
Well, maybe that's a different spelling. Anyway, I don't know. So our goal now is that when the monster collapsed, of course, Pandora's box fell into the sewer somewhere. So of course it's in the sewer, and we have to go back in the sewer to get it. Because God forbid we ever stay above ground level.
So,
oh, that tentacle totally distorts me. Now I'm walking the wrong direction.
Going back for a minute to something else we talked about. So an echidna is actually a relative to the hedgehog for sure.
Okay.
Because I went and double checked.
Okay. What was it in this game?
It's a tentacly monster. Anyway, so I went and looked up the sea urchin thing, and it's called an echinoidea or something like that.
But it's named after the hedgehog thing, I bet, because it looks similar.
Probably, yeah. But anyway, so there are other things in that class. I mean, sea urchins do have tentacles, sort of, because that's how they move, but there are...
Okay, are you going to look up fire drakes next?
Oh, should I?
No.
No, that's too bad.
I didn't really care about the last two, but okay.
Well, I don't know. You cared about the...
yeah, no, that's true, I guess.
Yeah, anyway.
So how did these guys get down here so quick?
I don't know. They're the usual bad guys. They just show up in opportune times.
They must have teleporters.
Yeah.
It always shows them roping down from those hovercraft that have magical ropes that appear from nowhere. That cutscene will happen 2 or 3 more times. Well, not the exact cutscene, but the same kind of thing.
Well, it happened that last cutscene where they're roping in when you destroy the golem. What? Wait, how did you end up back down here where that EMP device is?
Well, wait. Like I said, it's apparently the golem, when it fell, the stuff ended. I don't know.
So you couldn't just go.
It ended up down underground somehow. Yeah, it's. Whoops.
It's like every excuse to get you.
The new grenades.
Yeah, every excuse to get you underground, right?
Yeah, well. Oh, and something occurred to me. You know, in addition to the stuff you mentioned about underground, about how you like it because it lets you funnel the player through on a single path in a more realistic way. And what was the other thing you mentioned is that it enables you to...
You don't have to worry about having, like, extended boundaries and stuff to make the map look like it goes on forever.
Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to say is that it's also nice because your renderer doesn't have to do as much work because everything's like nice and close. So there's nothing in the distance.
Yeah.
Like you need like LOD.
Well, that's similar in concept to what
It's the same thing as the second point, I guess. Yeah, but anyway, here's me slowly figuring out. There's a lot of things around here where you just have to figure out where to go.
No, this is not good design. Seriously, like
it's confusing. It's
looking at your screen. I can't even tell where to go.
Yeah, well, I think there's
Oh, there we go.
There it is. Yeah.
There's a little hole that's not clearly marked.
I think that everyone probably is lost here for a while.
Yeah.
And that's back to the military recruiting station, so I'm totally backtracking.
This is starting to turn into a Metroid game.
Well, what I don't get is, like, was that the metal golem? Like, we killed him in the exact point where he appeared? Like, he didn't move anywhere?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, one thing I'll mention, too, on this gun, if you'll notice how spazzy it is, the gun sight doesn't, like, turn your mouse sensitivity down like a lot of games do when you're zoomed in. So, like, if you zoom in and move your mouse a single pixel, it'll go, like, 8 pixels. It's really irritating.
Yeah,
I'm zooming with the weapons that have zoom.
Yeah, it does make it a lot harder.
And not every game. I mean, a lot of games. I actually have a feature on my mouse where you can actually do that on your mouse, but this game I don't feel competitive enough to play with that feature.
I don't even. Does this game even have multiplayer?
I think so. We should totally do a multiplayer round. You should get a copy of it. You should give this company money for producing this game. Oh, by the way, do you want to hear who made this game?
Griffin Soft.
No, you actually, I think you know the answer because I think we talked about it before. It's a company named Gamecock.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, and you know what their claim to fame is?
That they were douchebags at the video game awards or something and went on stage, something like that.
I don't remember the details. You could actually probably pop this into Wiki and look it up. But what happened is that one of the, I think it was the MTV Video Game Awards, but I'm not sure exactly, or maybe the G4 ones. Or those the same thing. Anyway, one of the video games awards shows, they were trying to give an award to the creators of BioShock, which was an excellent game. And the guys who worked for Gamecock, who were invited to the awards because they work for a gaming company, but had not yet, as far as I know, produced a game at all, what they did is instead of letting Bioshock come up to the stage, they just came up to the stage as if they were the ones getting the award, and kind of trolled everyone. And it was a real dick move.
Yeah, so it was the Spike Video Game Awards.
Okay.
Yeah.
It made me glad that their game kind of bombed. Oh, look at that. I've done it. I finally found the thing. Okay, so it was in a dropship, and then the dropship got absorbed by the golem, and I don't know what's going on. Pretty sure there's a boss fight here, though, with werewolves. Yep.
I noticed that...
It was me that stuns werewolves, by the way. In that cutscene where he does it, in the cutscene, that's the first time it shows me. And what happens is these werewolves... This is stupid. These werewolves turn into ghost werewolves, so you can't shoot them just like the pixies. And you have to use the stun move to turn them into physical objects that you can then shoot and kill.
So is this like Pandora's box trying to defend itself or something like that?
You're assigning more thought to the plot of this than the creators did.
I mean, you go and shoot the werewolf that one time, and then the next one, all of a sudden the box erupts with some kind of explosion of energy, and then magically all of the things around him turn into ghosts.
And the ghost werewolves will appear even when the box is nowhere nearby, as you'll see later on. And also, the ghost werewolves don't require me to do the headshot thing for me to kill them. Like, they just die. So I don't know what exactly... Yeah, like if the werewolves can turn into ghost werewolves, why don't they just always do it? And if they can't do it, and the box gives them the ability, why don't they just, you know... Why do they still have it when they're not near the box? Although, I don't know, maybe that makes sense. Whatever. Thinking too hard about this game.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is why I'm not a big fan of fantasy in general, because usually fantasy, the magic is just like, oh, so why did that happen? And the answer is just magic.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
just
just
magic.
It's magic.
It's magic. It's like, well, I don't want magic. If you're gonna have magic, make it a system of magic, right? So, I mean, despite our criticism of magic, at least the magic in there was a system, right? Or like, if it's Elder Scrolls, at least there's a set number of spells that everyone has access to the same spells and they do the same things. Anyway, look at the future jet.
Pretty futuristic.
So what we're doing is we're flying it to Europe, to London, because London is where the House of 98 is located. They're actually located under the House of Parliament. Figure that out. And we're analyzing it.
So is that like the House of 98 was founded in 1998 and they decided to put it underneath the Parliament?
I don't know. It might be like if I actually read those PDA entries, they might have some mention that's saying they're like thousands of years old and they were responsible for first creating Pandora's box in the first place, and they're like an evil conspiracy. I don't know. I mean, I'm making this all up. I really have no idea.
So apparently now you're going to go raid LaFay's something or other so you can get some more information about Pandora's box, because apparently nobody understands what the hell's going on.
That he's building a machine that lets him control the creatures that came out of Pandora's box. Which is plot. So the whole plot is that he developed a machine that makes creatures that can control the creatures coming out of Pandora's box, and so he had to open the box so that the machine would do something, but he opened it before the machine was ready, and that's why the creatures kill anyone anywhere. That doesn't make any sense when I explain it that way, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. No. That just sounds like a bad guy being a bad guy and being incredibly stupid.
I think that's pretty much, yeah, that's a good summary of the situation. So anyway, Griffin's going to kill everyone. And despite being in gunships, we don't actually shoot at them.
Those looked like Blackhawks, so I don't know.
They have big, like, chain guns on the door, right? Door gun.
I don't know.
Pretty sure they do. Yeah, it's Vivian.
So of course she's perfectly okay, but you're knocked out on your ass.
Oh yeah, everyone else. Oh no, all the main talking characters are okay. See, Lexington's okay because he has a name. The ones who don't have names are all dead. That's how it always works. She's not going to help us, by the way. Yeah, I don't... Okay, so you're right. Right now we're trying to find his hidden lab, and I don't remember exactly what research we're trying to find, but I think we're still trying to piece together the clues.
So it sounded like, and because I was trying to kind of read the subtitles while we were talking over it, but it sounded like they're trying to figure out what exactly the signet on your hand is or something, and how that's tied in with Pandora's box.
I think it's like they know that they can use it to close Pandora's box, but no one knows how.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
You know what the irony is Pandora's box doesn't actually have a lid, right? So it's not even really a box. So it's like, well, how do you close a box whose box doesn't have a lid? I mean, it's not even really open, is it?
Have you seen Ghostbusters?
Yeah, but I don't know what you're referring to.
Tank from Ghostbusters,
Oh.
right?
But, yeah, but,
a couple feet square, right?
yeah, but even that has technically a door, right?
Well, it does have kind of a door, but you know, something.
Yeah, Pandora's box doesn't. It just kind of it's.
All the energy comes out of when you open it, all the energy shoots out, right?
Yeah, but where? There's no lid.
I don't know.
just like okay.
Car
Think-
fell off the road there.
Magical things happen. Oh, by the way, this was so apparently the guy who took the screenshot or the picture of the griffin that got on your cell phone, he took the picture here. So he actually took it in the future, or just happened to be here.
Wait, what?
Okay, so you know the picture of the griffin on your phone or PDA or whatever?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's taken in these ruins.
Oh, you're doing like a lot more research here.
What?
Do you remember? You remembered what the background of that photo was?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I don't remember what it was, but okay. This is more of these fairies, pixies, whatever. Nari.
So I would like to put to the point. It's kind of funny that you happen to crash in ruins that have griffin-esque statues just randomly, or is it randomly?
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
They're angels though.
Huh?
Aren't those angels?
Oh, no, but they have like griffin faces, don't they? Or is that my imagination?
No, I think you're crazy. I think
Oh.
they're angels.
Well, that's too bad. They should be griffin faces.
Did you see what I just did there?
I did. I saw.
Get the hell out. At the very last pixie in this boss fight. So now from now on, I think I'll do that pretty much all the time because I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know you could kill him that easy. So this is, if you can hear the music, this is where it starts getting kind of lazy.
This is the worst rock music I've ever heard, by the way. This
It's
is like you paid a garage band $10 an hour to just jam and record it.
This is one guy.
No, there's a drummer, a guitarist, and a bassist.
Oh, well, maybe there's a guitar and a bass. I always thought that was just the one guy. Later on, it gets even more lazy, and there's a place where I'm virtually certain it's just one guy. Okay, so I have to figure out how to get past this door, but I'm kind of dumb. Oh, turns out there's a cutscene. You just happen to walk in the correct right 1 pixel area.
That looks like a giant tick thing. I would not know.
Yeah, God, it's like exactly out of EDF. Look at that.
Oh my god, of course.
It's EDF.
I was kind of joking.
Yeah, no, well, they're not that creative when it comes to so you're not
Oh, they're coming to get you.
more annoying than fairies, I think.
Oh my god. Well, they're the mechanical frogs of the game, right? The actual mechanical frogs.
Well, I think this game has multiple mechanical frogs. Oh, by the way, I just remember what that term is from. It's from Daikatana.
Oh, of course it is.
Early levels, one
Oh.
of the enemies is literally like robotic cybernetic frogs. Literally cybernetic frogs, which is the most ridiculous and stupid thing I've ever heard of.
So he had time to send that text, of course, before he died.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Blood Skyders. So here's an ancient Japanese legend.
Oh my god, of course.
Yeah. Okay, here's some objectives I didn't keep updated because they're useless.
Okay.
Luckily, the Black Order seems to be relying on ground troops to finish me off. These gunships tend to fly off after they've delivered the bad guys.
Okay.
Grenade. Nothing too exciting here.
By the way, I like how it says M99R, but the grenade actually says XF92 on it.
Yeah, someone's...
Oh, that's funny.
One on one, a Blackhawk can handle a Griffin, but a whole flock?
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh, we have an update on Vivian. I've never seen anyone more bummed to be kicked out of their secret society. Vivian has been giving the council as much information as she can about her former organization's plans. Oh, so maybe she actually legitimately worked for the Black Order and like was doing it voluntarily. I thought she was a double agent. Whatever. It's really hard to care
Wait,
about Vivian.
why was that when you absorbed the energy from that blood spider thing? Wait, it was like making some kind of weird, like,
Squish sounds.
yeah, no, or like it almost sounded like somebody was doing the demon chanting voice.
I don't know.
Well,
That
that's that, I guess. By the
that was
way,
horrible ending. That was a horrible place to end. Sorry about that. Uh, I wasn't keeping track of my progress bar there.
no, I wasn't either.
Okay, so we'll start on hour 3 of the game next time.